Truly, we mean the boys should leave the Doon school as an aristocracy, but an aristocracy of service, inspired by ideas of selflessness and not of wealth or position. Hi guys and welcome back to Life in Chandbagh. Today we're going to be answering some of your questions, and of course you know it's Wednesday, so it's Q&A, and we're going to be answering questions of some keen DOSCOs and some future DOSCOs, and our team members are going to be answering, and yeah, hope you enjoy it. And also, I forgot to tell you, we're going to be discussing in quite a controversial topic at the end, so stay tuned for that. So the first question by our viewers was, how do you deal with peer pressure? So one of our team members, Shivang Dafoti, is going to be answering that today. So over to you, Shivang.
Hi guys, my name is Shivang Dafoti and I'm going to answer your question about peer pressure. Peer pressure. There are many types of peer pressure: academic pressure, sports pressure, pressure of being left out, and much more. In my experience in Doon School, I experienced these kinds of pressures. I still remember that I was very afraid of being left out. I wanted my friends to stick by my side. Academic pressure. Studies was not much of my thing, but I managed. Every time I did good at one subject, but there was always a person scoring more than me and diminishing my confidence. Sports pressure. Sports pressure. I loved football at that time, idolizing Ronaldo. I was good at football, but once again someone was better and diminished my confidence once again. But the only thing I didn't do was giving up. I never gave up on myself, and I never lost hope. I always gave my best. And that's what is called the DOSCO spirit. Thanks.
Thank you, Shivang, and I hope the viewers really like that. It was quite a good answer, and hope you could learn from that and hope it provokes some thought. So now the second question we got from our viewers. This one was quite this was quite not expected from people who are not in the school, but fair to say you guys are quite know a lot about the school. So the question was that how do you deal with the hierarchy and all the punishments you get in the school? How do you deal with them? So our team member Advik is going to be answering that today. So yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Advik Agarwal and I'll be answering the question that how to deal with the hierarchy which has been created by the school. So hierarchy, it is generally a good thing in schools and prestigious institutes like the Doon School. But there are some students who misuse the power which is passed on over generation of DOSCOs. Like the 11th grade does not have the power to give us punishments or show us the consequences of her actions on paper, of course. But due to the hierarchy of power passed on, the 11th grade can give us punishments. To conclude, I would like to say that hierarchy is something that is good, but also depends upon the seniors which are cued to take that legacy of hierarchy forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Advik, and I hope that gave some idea of hierarchy in this school, and I hope that makes you understand. I hope you guys come prepared when you come to the school and know what the legacy is. It's not just 6 years that you're going to be in the school, it's been since 120 years, so it's not just about that one person. Many people have experienced it, and big leaders have come out of it, so yeah, it's not necessarily a bad thing. So now to the controversial topic. Um, I don't think many of you will know about this. It's a quite inside the school thing, and supposedly the school is turning co-ed. So my friend Shubh here is gonna be. We're gonna have a conversation about it and share some of our thoughts. So yeah, Shubh.
I believe that the Doon School going co-ed is quite a contradicting thing to its motto. The Doon School always believes that it is known for its legacy, how it sets an example for other schools. But this is going against the very thing it stands for. Its legacy of being an all-boys school will be completely diminished if the school were to go co-ed.
Yeah, that's I quite agree with your thought, and but as you know, the world is changing over time, and it's becoming more inclusive, and people are becoming more sensitive. Don't you think that, of course, we should include girls? And because it's such a prestigious institute and education is at the top here, sports activities, everything. So, don't you think even girls should get a chance to study here?
I quite agree with you, but it isn't the decision that I have a problem with, it's the way it was made. It was a decision in which much thought did not go into. It wasn't announced when the school would be going co-ed, not even a rough estimate. It wasn't told how they do it, no pastoral issues were mentioned, it wasn't even properly announced. But they just said it will be. This is what I think is a problem. Where will the girls live? Where will the infrastructure for the new houses be built? What will be the new rules? What about haircuts? Will it just be for the boys? The decision was quite a rash decision, and that is my problem with it.
Yeah, that's quite a nice answer, and I quite agree with you. It was quite sudden, and there was not really a background research or anything that we knew. It was just a decision made. It was not, there was no, there was no thought put into it before. So I'm not sure. Maybe even if it was put, we wouldn't know properly because we were students, of course, and yeah, so guys, that was our Q&A for today. Hope you guys liked it, and we're going to meet next Wednesday for our discussion on that other topic, which stay tuned for that, is going to be extremely interesting. So hope you guys like this podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this podcast. It is free, of course. I hope you all know that. And please follow us on social media, and behind the scenes will also be shared in due time. Thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed it.